Well, welcome along to this weekend's look at all the Premier League action with Titanbet. Everybody in action again, vying for the top and bottom places, but the big one at Turf Moor, Burnley against QPR. Burnley take on Queen's Park Rangers, 3 o'clock at Turf Moor. When they played each other recently, it was the Charlie Austin show down at Loftus Road, but QPR away from home absolutely pants. They haven't picked up a point all season. Burnley are going well. They've picked up good draws at Manchester City and at Newcastle. I fancy them for a home win. I think it's going to be the Danny Ings show rather than the Charlie Austin show this weekend. Burnley, it's a close one, I reckon, to scrape home 2-1.
I think it could be a thriller, this one. Plenty of goals, neither defence is particularly good. I fancy Charlie Austin to score against his former club, but I'm going to go with the same result as you. I'm going to go for a home victory, 3-2.
12:45 gets us off this weekend. Sunderland against Liverpool is the opening game of the top of the show. Sunderland, well, at home, they've only won one this season. They're all right getting draws. They're the draw specialists in the Premier League. Maybe get your money on a draw. Liverpool, have they turned a corner? Are players coming back into action? Daniel Sturridge, not quite ready yet. I think maybe even another draw. Although Liverpool won this fixture 3-1 last season, there'll be plenty thinking they could do the same again. But I'm going to go for yet another draw. Score draw for Gus Poyet's men.
I'm one of those who thinks that Liverpool can win away at Sunderland this weekend. Sunderland haven't got much about them. I really see them struggling throughout until the end of the season. And I think Raheem Sterling will give them all kinds of problems with his pace up front. They struggled against Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal when they played at home against him. And I think Sterling to get at least 2 against Sunderland and for Liverpool to win by 3-1.
Chelsea play host to Newcastle at 3 o'clock at Stamford Bridge. Following the slip-up at Spurs, Chelsea, I reckon, will be back on song against the Newcastle side, who are now rudderless. They all wanted Alan Pardew out. Be careful what you wish for. He's now gone, and they can't win at home against Burnley. Chelsea, double figures, 10-0.
Not that big. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that you've gone that big. But I think Chelsea will come back and respond well. I'm going for half that. Go for 5-0. Still a big scoreline. Newcastle, yeah, they're going to struggle, aren't they? Even with Tim Krul set to return, he's going to be a busy boy. He's not going to stop Diego Costa. Hat-trick for Costa as well.
Everton take on Manchester City at Goodison Park at 3 o'clock. Everton absolutely hapless at home this season. Roberto Martinez is coming under increasing pressure from the home fans. He knows he needs to get something, but Manchester City have the best away record in the Premier League. I reckon it's going to be another difficult afternoon for Everton's side, although they do tend to play better against the top teams. I'm still going for another home defeat to pile on the pressure. They're only 4 points off the drop zone, Everton. I reckon they'll be a bit closer come Saturday evening.
Yeah, I can't help but agree with you again on this one. They do have a pretty decent record against Manchester City, Everton, but 1 win in the last 9 league games. And you look at some of the teams they played in that run as well. Not good enough. Edin Dzeko set to be back as well, and David Silva looking in fine form. I can see City winning this one by 3-1.
Leicester take on Aston Villa at 3 o'clock. You have to go back over a decade for the last time Leicester had a home win against their Midlands rivals, and I'm going to go for the same this time around. Aston Villa better away from home, a Villa win.
I can't see it. I think Leicester will win this one, playing some really good football. Great result against Liverpool last time out. I'm going for a home win and a red card in a feisty Midlands derby.
Swansea take on West Ham, 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Another rare occasion when these two face each other. It doesn't happen very often. West Ham last won there in 1983. I'm predicting, though, a bit of a turnaround for the Hammers this time. They're going along nicely. I'm going for a 3-1 Hammers win.
I fancy Swansea to get something from this game, even without Wilfred Boney. I can see it being a draw. West Ham looking a little bit tired at the moment. They put a lot into the first half of the season. I'm going to go for 1 apiece. Andy Carroll to score again against the Swans, as he did at Upton Park.
West Brom take on Hull City at the Hawthorn Saturday afternoon. West Brom trying to be resurgent under Tony Pulis. I reckon they're going to do it against Hull. Hull under Steve Bruce keep flitting from one result to another, picking up the points they need to keep the pressure off. This time it's a Baggies home win.
I'm going to go for West Brom to win by 1-0. It's not going to be pretty though. Tony Pulis in charge. Neither side particularly impressive in front of goal. Bookings is the other way to go if you're looking for a bet on that one.
5:30 Saturday evening, Crystal Palace take on Tottenham at Selhurst Park. Alan Pardew's taken on a massive job at Palace. Some will ask why. Certainly up against the Spurs side. Cock a hoop after dumping Chelsea last week. I reckon Spurs are going to do the same. Palace look okay in defence. I reckon Spurs are going to run away with it though. Harry Kane's your man. Get on Kane for a first goal scorer and Spurs to win by 3.
Well, I can't see the new manager effect taking effect in this game. I agree with you. I think Tottenham are going to win this one and ruin Pardew's return to Selhurst Park. They've got to be flying, haven't they, after that win over Chelsea. And Palace don't score enough goals, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for Spurs.
On Sunday, it's Arsenal against Stoke at the Emirates Stadium. Well, what on earth is going to happen? Stoke going along nicely under Mark Hughes. They look quite good. Arsenal, you can't tell what's going to happen. Arsene Wenger should be wearing a clown suit on that bench as he sits there. Their defending last time out was absolutely second grade, third grade, fifth grade, hopeless. If they do that against Stoke, they'll get beaten at home. Stoke don't win at Arsenal. 1981, the last time they won away at Arsenal. But this time around, Arsenal are so shaky at the back. I'm going for a rare Stoke victory.
You're mad. You're completely mad.
Thank you.
Arsenal are going to win this one. I fancy them to win by a couple of goals as well. I think aside from the defending against Southampton, they play pretty well going forward. Wojciech Szczesny won't be in goal this time, so they won't have the clown between the sticks. And I think they'll win 2-0. Alexis Sanchez is banging form, brilliant at the moment. So a Gunners win to go against you.
Sunday, 4 o'clock at Old Trafford, Manchester United take on Southampton. A month ago, you might have said this was a tricky one for Louis van Gaal's side, but they're unbeaten in 10. They can't have been lucky in all of those games. Southampton have gone back after a poor run. They're now unbeaten in 4. It's going to be a good game, I reckon, this one. Plenty of passing, plenty of movement, plenty of goals maybe, but I'm going for a United home win, maybe by the odd goal in 7.
I can see Southampton taking something from this one. United were lucky at St Mary's in that game. As you said, they haven't been lucky in all of them, but they were fortunate to come away from 3 points down on the south coast. And I can see Southampton, with Schneiderlin returning from suspension, getting a 2-2 draw out of this one.
That's your lot for this week. Don't forget to check out all your latest prices on Titanbet.co.uk, and we'll be back with you for a look at next week's fixtures.